Porsche tried to build a sedan once, and the fans almost went crazy. In the late 1980s, Porsche made a decision that could have completely changed its future. They wanted to build a luxury four-door sedan, years before the world was ready to accept it. And this was not just an idea, it was real. Had a name, Porsche 989. A car so controversial that Porsche quietly canceled the project and tried to make people forget that he even existed. But here's the crazy part. Years later, Porsche came back and corrected your biggest mistake with a car that you probably know very well. This is the story of the Porsche that failed and the one who finally redeemed it. If you already liked the idea and was interested, go down the finger in enjoying and sign up on the channel. I am the most car-loving cat, Theo, and here you only find this kind of content: car that did not work out, bizarre prototypes, or ideas from big brands that never left the factory. Let's go to content. At the end of the 1980s, Porsche was not the giant brand we know today. They were facing financial difficulties. The sales were inconsistent and depended too much on a small number of sports cars. Then the company began to ask a dangerous question. What if Porsche built something more practical, more luxurious, and more profitable?
Here, the designer traveled and thought about making a BMW.
That's where the idea of a four-door Porsche was born. And not any sedan. They wanted something that felt like a 911, but with room for a family. The internal code name was 989, and the goal was clear: create a high-performance luxury sedan that could compete with Mercedes and BMW without losing the DNA of Porsche. Let's agree, the Porsche is too fuck. The Porsche 989 was not just a conceptual sketch, it was a real engineering project. The design resembled an elongated 911 with wide hips, smooth curves, and a low, aggressive posture. Inside, it was pure luxury. Leather everywhere, 4 real seats, and a focus on comfort that Porsche had never tried before. Under the hood, Porsche planned a powerful V8, rear-wheel drive, handling focused on performance, and a driving experience that still reminded of a sports car, only with more doors. It was bold, it was risky, and it was incredibly expensive to develop. It was here that everything started to go wrong. You know when you and your friend have an idea of millions, but then you think that to work, this would already be rich. During development, Porsche faced enormous financial pressure. Costs were rising, the global economy slowed down, and Porsche itself faced serious financial difficulties. The company needed to make quick and safe decisions, not carry out risky experiments. And the 989, despite being innovative, was exactly that, a risk. The executives began to question everything. Would traditional Porsche fans accept a sedan? Would they be willing to pay exorbitant prices for something that was not a pure sport? And worst of all, would Porsche have the resources to finish producing it? The answer was gradually becoming clear. They did not succeed. In the early 1990s, Porsche made the brutal decision. Project 989 has been canceled. Years of development, millions of dollars, and countless hours of engineering, all lost. Only a few prototypes were built, and unlike today, Porsche did not celebrate canceled projects. They remained silent, very quiet. For years, most people didn't even know the 989 existed. It became one of those hidden chapters in the history of Porsche, a car that almost changed everything, but disappeared before the world could see it. And to tell you the truth, the idea was very good. Looking back, the 989 wasn't necessarily a bad idea. In actuality, it was probably just ahead of its time. The market was not prepared. Porsche's finances were not stable, and fans still expected Porsche to build only high-performance sports cars. 2 places even, classic ever. A luxury sedan looked like a betrayal at that time. Ironically, exactly what killed the 989 would later become Porsche's greatest strategy for success. Fast forward to the 2000s, Porsche had changed. The Cayenne SUV proved that Porsche could build practical cars and still make exorbitant profits. The market was ready, and this time Porsche took back the idea they had abandoned. In 2009, they launched the Porsche Panamera, a high-performance 4-door sedan.
So, it was him that you had thought, nay?
Mighty, luxurious, controversial at first, but in the end, a huge success. And if you look carefully, you can see the DNA of the 989 forgotten, finally brought back to life. The Porsche 989 was not a failure because it's a bad car. It failed because it arrived too early, at the wrong time, for the wrong audience. But without the 989, there might never have been a Panamera, this beautiful car. Sometimes the cars that disappear are the ones that most shape the future, and this one was one of the greatest hidden stories of Porsche. And you already knew that? Comment there in the comments if you would have a Panamera or any other model of Porsche. Did you like it? Already know, sign up in the channel to give that strength. Here on the channel, there's videos every week and daily shorts. Thanks, and see you next time.